It's It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome to the midday show. It is midday, right?
It's midday, all midday, yes.
All midday?
All midday. I don't know how we go from morning to midday in like the blink of an eye.
We should just do a whole segment from the morning to the midday because it just melts.
I know. I don't know what happens.
You drive me nuts.
But we got a good meeting in, which is really good. My car's ready, so that's good. And
Casey's car is ready too.
so things are moving and shaking and good.
Shaking and baking, as they say. Do you want to let people know about this?
Today is Pizza-Rica Monday. Everyone says the lunch deals are amazing at Pizza-Rica. You get 2 slices and a drink for $5, but you can get an entire pie for $10 if you pick up at Pizza-Rica Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Say the Brooklyn Cafe show sent you. You can even mention Abraham's name and tell them he sent you. But an entire pizza for $10. It's a great deal.
And the interesting aspect now that one of our guests is in studio is that all of a sudden, this becomes a call to action for the not-for-profit because he donates pizza for the crew to eat.
Absolutely.
It's an interesting development.
So a lot of good stuff, a lot of new shows. We're starting a new show today called Lights in the Night. It's an old show back again with Russell Johnson, so I'm excited. Russ is going to be here probably on Call Me Zena today at 2:30, and he's going to be starting Lights in the Night at 4 p.m. So a lot of cool stuff, and I'm looking forward to starting a new show with Shai Goldstein as well. I don't know if we have a name yet, do we?
We're working on it.
We're working on
it's
it.
It's so spanking new.
But a lot of really good information for non-for-profits and for Legal Shield and things that can just help you with everyday life. When you think, you know what I like about Legal Shield is, me, I'm in my head a lot and I have a lot of questions.
Girl math.
And I call Shai a lot or I text Shai a lot. But then there's even other questions that if you just knew you had your own legal team on speed dial for $30 a month, it's a no-brainer. That's less than a manicure if you want girl math.
Girl math.
It's about less than a pedicure, girl math. So,
everything is to
right? So when you're talking to people, it's not less than a cup of Starbucks, but it is less than a pedicure. So that right there
it's a whole
is
lot
peace
less
of
than a pedicure.
if you have no idea, is peace of mind.
Oh, I do have an idea. The interesting aspect that I got from this whole conversation is exactly what he pointed out. As to, you ever wonder why the big boys, the Trumps and the Bidens and those guys don't pay taxes and everything else? If you know what you're doing, the system is built for you to be successful. For you, Mr. Watching me right now, to be successful and be at that level. You don't have to be them, but you have to know what they know. And this is the man to help you get there.
Absolutely.
Which is, I just walked away with my head.
I lived in Dallas for a couple years, and everyone in Dallas was really nice. So much so that I was skeptical because how can people in Texas be so nice? Florida get a little bit jaded because people aren't, as a whole, as so nice and giving as they are in Texas. And then I meet people in this studio, like Shai and Russ and Sally, and now our new friend, Tahiti Steve over here, that are so nice in our crew. I'm like, wow, there's always, when I meet these nice people, I'm like, yes, there is still hope for mankind. And it just takes that one needle in a haystack that gives you restored hope again.
That's right. Just when you thought it was going downhill.
Just when you feel like you're out there on a ledge by yourself, you realize there is hope and mankind is out there.
Now, there's a couple of other ideas that we're slinging around. I'm thinking of Ms. Rose coming in here. She wants to do undiscovered stars in the music business to team up with Johnny Melnick.
That was really funny. All weekend, Sally, he's sending me pictures for a new show with Marlena Rose. And he says it's to me, undiscovered stars. And I said, that's a fairy, she's vacuuming. He sends me another picture. No, that's a background. I go, well, that's a fairy, and she's dusting. He sends me another. I'm like, well, that's a fairy, and she's dancing. He's like, will you stop with the fairies? Everything you sent me looked like a fairy.
I was trying to send you a concept.
Did you not see the fairies?
No, I was putting a concept.
So I'm circling the pictures.
I was trying to put a concept together.
And they all look like fairies, dusting and vacuuming. What can I tell you?
What can I tell you?
They work and they dust and vacuum too, you know.
And Russell also talked to a gentleman who happens to have books in the Board of Education in every state of the union. And it's about Black History Month. And he just did something about the Latino community. So if you are looking for an employment as a Latino in the sales deal, we're going to send you that link probably tomorrow morning. And they're offering jobs and work and everything else. And coming from the source, it's a reliable source. So you too from home can work at home to sell this merchandise they're going to be putting out there.
Very nice.
It's been a very busy...
It's been busy. And I have to congratulate my daughter-in-law. She just sent me her confirmation that she has officially finished her hours. You know, it's been a journey of her getting her hours. So she's now officially, not yet, but maybe now that she has her hours, she'll start thinking about it.
You know, it's funny. Christopher Mata, a kid that I watched growing up, played on my Little League team, went on to bigger and better things, just had his first baby girl.
Wow.
So congratulations to Chris Mata. I always call him Mata. And a lot of health and everything else. I saw it on Facebook today. So, buddy, nice job.
I love girl dads. Like here in ballet and now at summer camp, and I get to see there's a dad, he brings his little girls in every day. I'm like, oh my gosh, such a different outlook being a guy dad, a boy dad,
I know.
right?
Girls make men weak.
Daughters make men rethink what they always did.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
It's like you sort of, and she could be hitting you in the head with a hammer, and you're like, okay, keep doing it.
Aiden, your dad has a 6-year-old daughter, right? Making him rethink it.
Today. She's 7 today.
Oh, happy birthday.
There you go, happy birthday.
See, I bet it's making him rethink things.
That's
Nothing like having a daughter to make you rethink your life as a dad.
Yeah, that too.
All right, let's take a commercial break. You can follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at the Brooklyn Cafe TV for all exclusive behind-the-scenes content. Like, subscribe, and share all of our Amp Media production shows. More to come on the other side of this commercial break. We'll be right back.
Do you have an idea for a show or a podcast? Do you want the opportunity to be on TV? Amp Media Productions is partnered with True Oldies Real Radio Station and powered by many online platforms such as Roku, Facebook, YouTube, and even Amazon Fire to help amplify your impact. Do you want your voice to reach a wide audience? Call us today at 866-224-5422.
Le Sorel Restaurant, home of the authentic Italian tradition, offers a large menu that consists of seafood, steak, homemade pasta, brick oven pizza, and homemade desserts including a wide wine selection. We also have the best bar in Boca Raton with delicious cocktails, homemade limoncello, cappuccino, Italian espresso, brandy, and other specialties, open every day with a lunch and dinner menu. For more information or to make a reservation, contact lesorelrestaurant.com or call 561-235-5301.
Amp Media Productions is excited to announce our expansion into North Miami. With our experienced team of radio and TV professionals, we are dedicated to bringing North Miami the highest quality audio and visual production services. Whether you need radio or television commercials, podcasts, music videos, or audio and visual storytelling, we can provide the solutions to help you reach your goals. Our team is reliable, innovative, and creative, and we're ready to help you develop the perfect product. With our competitive rates and personalized service, you can trust that your project is in the best hands. Contact us today to get started on your project. 866-224-5422.
Looking for art to add to your collection? Well, look no further. Here at Amp Media Studios, we house tons of art, ranging from abstract paintings to realistic portraits. Come on in and find the art that fits your home. Any and all art is up for sale, so pick yours up today. Stop by at 2400 Northwest 2nd Avenue, Boca Raton, Florida 33431. See you there!
Being a successful woman in business means having the courage to own who you are. We understand the challenges faced by women, and we are here to help. Our team is here to develop the best strategy designed just for you. Your path is unique, and with the right tools, you can accomplish your dream. From radio to TV, from podcasting to magazines, we create the visibility to amplify your impact in business. At New Dawn Media, we are here to help bring your message forward and help your business flourish. It is time for your message to be seen and your voice to be heard. Contact us at 866-224-5422 or brooklyncafe.tv. Your voice can make a difference.
Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella.
Pizza Rica, tasty Richard Pizza at 2001 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard or contact 561-826-8663.
Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella.
Have you filed for disability benefits but were denied by the Social Security Administration? Or do you need to apply for benefits and are overwhelmed with paperwork? Are you between the ages of 50 to 63 and can no longer work because of an illness or injury? Thousands of hardworking Americans are in your situation. They file for disability benefits every month and are unnecessarily denied their much-needed benefit check. Call now for a no-obligation, free evaluation. We can help you nearly double your chances of approval and get your benefit checks faster. We understand the physical, emotional, and financial impact and will share our insider expertise. There is a time limit to apply. We're here to help you get your disability claim filed and paid as soon as possible. Please, time is limited. So, if you are between the ages of 50 to 63 and can no longer work because of an illness or injury, call right now and let us help you file your disability claim with the Social Security Administration.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back.
I have a new idea for Shy. I just came to when I was going through my backgrounds. Brand ambassador.
Okay.
Because I think he's a great brand ambassador. He actually helped us form one of our brands, which is our non-for-profit, which is AMP Media Futures Foundation. For those of you that wonder what it is, come to our studio to get a good idea of the crew that works here. AMP Media Futures Foundation was founded on the idea of keeping our youth and giving our youth in college and grad school the opportunity to stay within the field of media and that they study with diversity, equity, and inclusion. So they always have a safe space to work, to be creative, and to share as a team who they are and what they desire to be. And that is really, in my heart, what I love to see every day when I come in here. When they come in cranky or sad or whatever they are, this one sings Casey's back and Kyber dyes her hair blue, all of that great stuff that makes them who they are and who we are.
She says cranky and looks at me, but that's okay.
But Shy has been a good friend of ours. I've been working really closely with him for the past few months, so I'm glad that he's here and that Russ actually introduced us. Shy Goldstein, A to Z Filings, helped us set up our non-for-profit and is here for you to help set up yours. And we're actually talking about taking it a step further on how to bring money in for your non-for-profit. So we're going to work with Shy a little bit. You have a mic? right there next to you. Grab your mic. And we're going to talk to Shai because he's, as he said in our meeting this morning, information.
Turn it on.
It's on. It's on.
Information is power. Remember
It's
in
on,
Schoolhouse
Shai.
Rock, knowledge is power.
That's right.
Education and information is power.
Exactly.
And if you work power to your advantage, it opens up a whole different Pandora's box of things that you can do, things that you never saw coming. That meeting alone today, I should have written down like the 6 different ideas that I attained from doing.
It's on. You know, just a little bit at a time. How did you get so involved and start A to Z filings?
It's a beautiful story, but I'll make it short because it's a little long. So what happened is that I decided to open up it actually goes back a little further, is that a friend of mine, he was like 60 years old. He wanted a driver's license, never drove in his life. And I said, I will help you pass the written test. So I worked with him. And long story short, he couldn't comprehend it. So I actually went into my car and I drove him around and I showed him the stop sign, what a red stop sign is, what is the right turn is. And long story short, he got it. We took him to the test and he actually passed. And I was for the permit, and I was very, very excited. Then my brother said, you know what, why don't we do an animation for the driver's handbook? And I said, that's a great idea. Let's make a driver's handbook manual. And he's an animator, and we started making it a little bit. And then I sent it to every state to see if we can get funding for it. And the lady in the state of New York says to me, are you a nonprofit? And I said, what's that? And she said to me, oh, you need to get a grant. You need a nonprofit. I said, I don't know what that is. She said to me, look it up. So I went back to the library. And then in those days, it was a library. I went back to the library, opened up the book, started looking what a nonprofit is. And sure enough, I found and I understood. And I said, wow, this is what we really need. So I went out and I started finding accountants that would open up a nonprofit. And I want to tell you, they were very, very expensive. Every accountant wanted $5,000, $6,000. I finally had a friend that said he could do it for me, and he said he gave me a great deal. He was charging me only $2,000. And we submitted it to the IRS, and I want to tell you, it took me over a year to get. Wow. There was problems after issues after issues. The IRS kept sending me letters back. This is no good. This is missing. It took me almost a year to get the 501c3. I finally got it, and I was like so excited, but I was so burnt out already. And then I went to start raising money, and they said to me, no, you can't raise money because you have to have this type of nonprofit. And I said, wow, this is too much. And I didn't give up, really. I put it on the side. And then a few months later, my friend Russell says to me, Shai, why don't we open up another nonprofit? And I said, no, I don't have that type of money. I don't have the patience and everything. So, and that was it. I put it on the shelf, and I was in a UPS store, and I saw a business card from an attorney. Says we open up nonprofits for $99. I quickly called him up, and I said, can you actually do a nonprofit for $99? He said, absolutely. I said, is that including the IRS? He said, what's that? I said, what is that? And he said, oh, I only open up the state nonprofit, from the Articles of Incorporation. So I said, don't you do the 501c3? He said, no. I said, you know what? Would you be interested in doing the 501c3 for the $99? So he thought about it. He said, sure, why not? What's so hard about it? So I quickly went to my bank. I gave him $99, and I said, I take $100, and I expect it done. No problem, I'll do it. 1 week goes by, doesn't call me. 2 weeks go by, doesn't call me. 3 weeks, I said, something's wrong. I called him up, and I said, Joe, how's the nonprofit going? Oh, it's very complicated. There's so much work. There's so much paperwork. I didn't realize. I said, we made an agreement. He says, I stick to my agreement. And long story short, took him 2 months. He got the paperwork, gave it to me. I signed it. I sent it back to the IRS. Cost me $99 plus the IRS fee. And guess what? Within 3 months, I got my 501c3. I called him up. I said, we're in business, right? And he says, for what do you mean? I said, I want to have a business, and I want you to do the nonprofits, and I will market you.
Wow.
He says, not for that price, Shai. And I said, so how much do you want? He said, a minimum $1,500. I said, no, let's negotiate. And we went back and forth, and we negotiated on a good price. He was happy. I was happy. We started marketing, and I started building a lot of business. And he called me up after like 4 months. He said, this is just too much for me. I ended up starting my own business in a different type of field. And that was it. And then I put it on the shelf for a while till I found somebody else. And thank God I found somebody else that's doing a magnificent job. And since then, I've been growing my business.
And I have to say, you do such a magnificent job with us.
Yeah, thank you.
Actually, one of our executive producer, he's working on one of that website. We need a website and an email and all these things. And he says, I need the DR. First he says to me, I need the IRS letter. So I sent him the 501c3. He says, no, I need the DR5. And Freddie's like, we don't have it. And he sends me a picture. I go, oh, we do have it. You had sent, we had gotten that. So I was so excited. I came back. We've had everything that we needed. And literally, I realized I didn't send you any paperwork till March.
Yeah.
And that's how quickly Shai works and got it all done. And I know, Shai and a gift from God, because that's how we got it within 4 weeks.
It was
But there's a reason, right, when things fall into place as they do, there's a calling, there's a reason that we get to do. We get to do what we get to do.
Well, when you get to the spot, now you have to do something with it. And there's different reasons that you do these things.
Right.
What I learned today is that there's a lot of different things that we have done, and we haven't taken advantage of the fact because of lack of knowledge.
Right.
And we've been doing and doing. And now, even Pizza Rica becomes now a player, because they've been donating pizzas for us for almost a year. Maybe it's more than a year now.
But I can think of Schoolhouse Rock. I keep going back to that, where knowledge is power.
Yeah, knowledge is power, exactly. Without knowledge, you don't have anything.
And that escalates your business to another level, gives you more opportunities. There are connections that you make that can help you in the future. I'm heading to Tampa with a better understanding today on the profits and the not-for-profits, because he does both.
What's the difference between a nonprofit and a non-for-profit?
It's the same thing, just different in words.
Oh, it is the same thing, okay.
Yeah. Also, example, foundation. Technically, in the IRS, there's a private foundation. There's a regular foundation. Has just became a regular word. It's more or less the same.
Okay.
Like in the English dictionary, there's 2 words for everything. You know, like car, automobile. You know, house. You know, a house. There's another one. My head just went blank. You know, home, house, home. You know, house, home. You know, so in the English dictionary, there's 2 words for everything. Same thing with the nonprofit. There's nonprofit, but there is an actual difference between a nonprofit and a private foundation. Yes, there is a big difference. One is a nonprofit, a 501c3, a public charity, is where you bring money in from the outside, from donors. A private foundation comes money from you personally. Like example, the Walmart Foundation, the money comes from the family of Walmart, or things like that. That's the difference between them. So, but what I recommend mostly is to set up a public charity where you can raise money from other people and people can donate to you, because there's much more benefits from that. There's a lot more stringency and stipulations when it comes to a private foundation, and I don't recommend it for people that that don't have that much money. It's for people that have a lot of money that want to not say shelter, but help with their money a little bit with tax purposes.
Interesting.
Well, the people in Tampa, Renee is a for-profit, and she's dealing with a number, 148 last counting businesses that want to grow. And they want to learn how, and they're taking school classes that she's offering. And they want to learn more about, they got into business, they put the money in, they open up these deals, but they don't understand half of the strength that they have cooking for them. So I'm going to be heading over to Tampa, and I'm going to try to get as many.
There's an organization through the government called SCORE. They actually want to have here in Boca, and they have amazing videos on their website, step by step, about corporations, what a corporation is, how to set them up, and how to use them, what to do. Amazing, amazing website. It's called SCORE.
Wow. See, just that.
So crazy. I say there are no coincidences. I have been searching for the last 6 weeks on how, just
can show you. It's very easy.
I'm good at what I do, going on the show and talking, but I'm not great with all this other stuff. And explaining to me in just a few words exactly what I've been looking for. You know me, you've known me a long time.
What are you looking to do?
Well, I'd like to start some sort of non-profit, but I don't know what I'm talking about. I know that I can teach people with what I'm doing. As you know, I've had my show here for a year and a half. So I'm sitting next to somebody that's going to give me the answers, I think. How crazy.
Definitely. I'll be glad to help you out.
I know. And Shai's always so great about it also.
I'm a very big believer that knowledge should be free. If you know something, you should educate other people with it. You shouldn't keep it to yourself. I love educating people.
And that's, I think, the whole premise behind a show.
There's a saying that I love the best. I give you a hand up, not a hand out.
Correct.
Well, there's so many things, because we could even, this Shai show could just be about what you just said, not a hand out, but a hand up, right? That could even be the name of the show.
Yes.
And you could teach about, and then the commercial can go to Legal Shield, and the commercial can go to A to Z filings, but maybe the show is about, who knows, grocery store prices and why milk is so expensive, whatever it is.
The cows did not go up in price, I can tell you that for a
There
fact.
you go. So that's why it's not. But it could be about anything educational
Well, his show can
information.
also have seminars. You were talking
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
seminars. And,
Absolutely.
and we could take the seminars on the road. Can you imagine having 50 or 60 people at a seminar where we do a show and then you do the networking gig?
Does anybody know what PhD stands for? So, of course, it stands for something real, but a joke in the street is it stands for Public High School Diploma. So when you have a PhD, you have a Public High School Diploma. What that is, it's basically, what it really means down to one thing, is that when you have knowledge, you have power. When you don't know something, one thing that I hold very dear and I can teach you is a very simple saying, is if I don't know, I ask. And when I started my nonprofit, I didn't know anything. I used to call the IRS every single day. Every day I was calling the IRS for questions. The lady on the other line already recognized my voice, and she said, Shai, I know it's you. What do you need? and every day, and that's how I became an expert in nonprofit, by actually asking every day, calling the IRS, the people that knew. I found the people that knew the answers, and those were the people that I spoke to. And it's not hard today. You know, you can just pick up the phone call. If you have a question about legal, just call an attorney and ask them questions on the phone, or basically have the membership, and they can guide you for free, unlimited consultation. And there's many other things you can do with the membership, not just, call an attorney. They have, I can talk for a whole hour on it, but I just want to let you know, if you're interested, you can definitely give me a call, and I'll be glad to help you and give you advice.
I know it's going to be.
That's what I like, is that you start out here and you end up there, because what he knows, formulating is one thing, because you got to do that correctly. But then after you formulate it, everything opens up. And one idea leads to 4 ideas. So there are things that you never knew you were going to talk about or sell or hope to try to establish, because you didn't know it was doable. And once you know and you know me, you give me a little, I'm going to take a lot.
You know me, I'm by the book. So the book in my head is like, did I dot this side? Did I cross that T? Did I even take the picture in the right direction? But Shai is so great because he answers all of my questions in my head, because I know I can call him.
But we've been doing this so long, Shai. So many businesses have come through here.
Yeah.
So many open business, new business ideas. Some went down, some they keep going. And I want to talk to the keep goings. If I helped you in the last 22 years of doing this, I want to talk to you. I want to find out what's going on.
I just want to say something very important to people, listeners, that this is important. What's so beautiful about Legal Shield, and that I love the best, you don't have to be in trouble to have an attorney. Most people associate an attorney when they're in trouble. They get a traffic ticket, they have to be in court, they're in trouble. This is what Legal Shield is that you can actually speak to an attorney before you get into trouble. You don't need to get into trouble to have an attorney. You don't need to start looking through a phone book. Oh my God, where am I going to get an attorney? If you have an issue, even if it's so small, it means nothing, you can pick up the phone and call an attorney. And what's so beautiful about it is you can call an attorney 24 hours a day, 7 days a week if you are in real trouble. Like, I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example. I didn't want to say something negative. I'm just saying positive. So Comcast, I have a Comcast, and I got a bill for $5 extra for a late fee. And I asked them to please remove that $5 late fee, and they said, sorry, you paid your bill late. I said, no problem, I have no issue with that. I called up my Legal Shield. I said, please, can you send out a letter to Comcast? They're charging me $5 more. They sent out a letter to Comcast, and guess what? I got a letter in the mail. We removed the $5, and we apologized for the inconvenience, and I got 1 free month.
Wow.
It does work.
And it works. And what I do is that me as personally, and this is an ethic that I learned from my family, my parents, is that when someone does something good to you, pick up the phone and thank them. So I called up Legal Shield, I got hold of the attorney, and I thanked him for doing that amazing job for me.
And Legal Shield's second show that Shai is thinking about doing, so he can bring to light information on that, separate from the not-for-profits. Or you and I, and some people in here personally know somebody that should have paid attention Friday.
He wasn't here.
He wasn't here. It's my fault. I should have called him, because there are certain people who definitely should have Legal Shield. I think everybody should, but there are some of us that definitely should have it in case something does happen, and do it while there is
It's
nothing
preventative.
happening. Yeah. Don't wait until you're in trouble to seek out help. Seek out the help that you need so that if trouble comes, you're prepared.
Shai does a lot of great work. A to Z Filings is fantastic. Legal Shield is a win-win. I think I'm freezing Aiden out of here. I'm so sorry.
What, are you cold?
No, I'm all right. I brought a jacket today.
You look like Frosty the Snowman. You're making me chill.
Yeah, it's colder in Studio A, but more information to come with that. Shai, what's the best way for people to reach out to you?
Call me on my phone number. My phone number is area code 561-212-1192. Again, 561-212-1192. Thank you so much for having me.
We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we've got some giveaways with TPD Steve and Sally Bernard. Homie Zena is joining us. We'll see who else rolls on, and more to come on the other side of this commercial break. We'll be right back.
Do you want the opportunity to have a TV show or podcast? Now, at Amp Media Productions, you can host your very own visual broadcast anywhere around the world. With our talented group of creators, we will provide you with show elements, board operations, and any on-screen visuals you'd like to showcase. All you must do is log onto your computer and communicate with your viewers. Contact Amp Media Productions at 866-224-5422 or email hello@amp2.tv to start your own show today.
Born in Marseille, France, Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created the foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or 786-326-8873. Love the Brooklyn Cafe? Don't miss out on some of the latest merch we have available. Need a new shirt? The Brooklyn Cafe has you covered. We have a variety of shirts in all sizes, ranging from the classic cafe shirt to the highly coveted colorful hot dog shirt. Need something for cold weather? Why not grab one of our cafe hoodies? Or you can snuggle up with one of our soft silk touch fabric blankets. The Brooklyn Cafe has everything you need, from clothing about the show to our signature coffee blends and mugs. Get it while supplies last. Do you suffer from neuropathy? Maybe you do, and you don't even know it. Do you have numbness, pain, burning, or tingling in your hands and feet? Muscle weakness, loss of balance, muscle twitching? Are you not sleeping? Does it feel like pins and needles in your hands and feet? Maybe you don't even have any feeling at all. These symptoms can make life unbearable, but there is help at the Lighthouse Medical Center. Call 754-222-6642 for a no-charge consultation and say goodbye to your neuropathy symptoms. That is 754-222-6642 or visit us online at lighthousemedicalcenter.com.
Do you have diabetes? If you have insurance, you may qualify for a new continuous glucose monitor. With a CGM, you can continuously track your levels and trends, spend more time in range, significantly lower your A1C, and share important data with loved ones and caregivers. Most importantly, a CGM eliminates the one thing most people with diabetes hate: painful finger sticks. Take charge of your health. Order your new continuous glucose monitor today. If you use insulin and have seen your diabetes care provider within the last 6 months, you may qualify for a CGM today. We'll do all the insurance paperwork and deliver your new CGM at little or no out-of-pocket cost to you. Medicare and most insurances cover continuous glucose monitors, so don't wait. Have your insurance handy and call the CGM Health Hotline now.
Welcome to the Chocolate Spectrum, nestled in the heart of Jupiter, Florida, where every sweet indulgence tells a story of hope. Founded by Valerie Herskowitz for her son Blake, who is on the autism spectrum, the family-owned Artisan Chocolate Company has been spreading joy since 2013. Here, individuals with autism and other developmental disabilities are empowered with training and employment opportunities, which not only give them purpose, but also teach valuable skills. Support a greater cause with your exquisite treat by shopping in-store or online at shop.thechocolatespectrum.com, with shipping nationwide all year round, or call at 561-277-9886. The Chocolate Spectrum, where every bite makes a difference.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Hey, I didn't notice me in my hat. I like this.
You like it?
Yeah.
You're funny.
What's wrong with it? You don't like it?
I like it.
Maybe I turn it up like a safari hat like this.
Gonna, okay.
What do you think? Safari?
You and Steve Irwin?
What?
Didn't Steve Irwin wear his hats like that?
I think my head
the
is
crocodile hunter?
Is my head crooked? 2 safety pins like that. What do you think? No good? Anyway, next section, oh man, next section of the show, we're going to be giving away some stuff. So,
what you giving away? All right,
Banner?
I think we do two.
Banner.
Call and win.
Call in and win. You should have some music to this. Call in and win. You didn't put no music to it. Hey! You two can
What
win
are they
a
winning?
hat. You're gonna
Game
win
on.
hats. Game on. Call in and win a hat. Or advisor.
Or advisor. All right, give us a call. No questions, no nothing? How about
No.
call in 888-994-4995, Studio A. What are they going to win?
They're going to win an advisor or a hat, whichever you select until they run out.
Did you see that Mr. Pat Sajak is no longer on Wheel of Fortune?
Yeah, Pat Sajak. I have my own stories about that, but I'll leave it
You
alone.
always do. Do you like anybody?
I do. I do.
You like that hat?
I do. I think I'm going to pin it like a safari hat.
Can I ask a question? I saw the last show, but I'm trying to figure out what had to do with a hat. Did you wear a hat?
No.
Okay. I saw the
I was
last
just
show.
thinking of like giveaways, like the Wheel of
Oh,
Fortune.
right. Yes, that's good.
And it's not easy to follow my brain, Sally. You having a hard time there?
No, I totally get you, Dawn. That's fine.
That's a good hat for you, actually, Freddie. It'll keep the sun off when you go to the beach.
Yes.
Oh, you want me to do that?
And when I wear this hat, I think about the artist, Steve the artist, because of his paintings and everything he has.
Well, it's nice to have Steve back. I did not know Steve was coming in today.
Neither did we.
Did Baxton know?
I came in because I just wanted to thank you.
Oh, okay.
For having me on the last time. Now I'm going to thank you again, right, Dawn? I'm loving this.
Well, I'm so glad.
New paintings here to show you, and this is exciting.
And I said I wanted to give away the hats on the air. 888-994-4995. If I take it off, I'm not giving it away. I got new ones that I'm not wearing, by the way.
888?
888-994-4995.
Studio A. So press 1
call
for
up and
Studio
get
A.
your- And I'm going to tell you, it was 107 over the weekend, so you need a hat. You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
With his signature on there.
Oh, yeah.
Truth. I'm thinking when you go outside, you need these hats. Summers and hiking, and ever go hiking in the United States?
I used to.
Where do you go?
I used to go to the valley in the water gap. What is it in where's the water gap? The
Delaware water gap?
Delaware water gap. There you go. That man was surprised.
Whitewater rafting.
Whitewater rafting.
What's the Delaware water gap?
Oh, baby, you been?
Yeah, I've been there.
Did you go to the rough waters or the calm waters?
Like the in-between waters. I didn't want to go too rough.
I went to the rough ones.
All
I
right.
lost my engagement ring. I lost my wallet. I lost my car keys.
In Delaware?
Ouch.
In there. Because nobody told me that when you do it in a canoe, you take life in your own hands.
Absolutely.
And then when I got back, they showed me. The first thing they do is they show you the paperwork that you signed. Well, who the hell reads that? And it was rough. And then after that, we took the easy in the raft. I took the kids on the raft. It was very nice. You tied up 5 rafts.
In Delaware?
You never did that?
Never in Delaware. In Tennessee, we've done it. I went overboard. They pulled me back up. Kind of like your story.
In a canoe?
No, in a raft. In one of those blow-up whitewater
so
rafts.
you went
We hit a
rough
rock,
water.
and I went into
That's rough water.
into the water.
Not me. I went smooth sailing.
The kids were little. My arm was like hanging up. They pulled me up. They pulled me out. But it was fun.
This hat reminds you of whitewater rafting?
Yes, because when you're on the boat, you need to cover your head so you don't get sunburn.
What are you talking about? I went to the pool over the weekend, and I bought a shirt, and I had my hat and my glasses, and I had my 2 grandkids. They broke my glasses.
Ever been to Tahiti?
Only when I met him.
Have you ever been to Tahiti, Sally?
No, I haven't, but I've been talking about wanting to go there, funnily enough.
I'll meet Tahiti Steve. I think you met Steve when we were at Sunscape.
Yes, I actually recognized you, and I couldn't. When he said Steve, I'm thinking of my husband's name, Steve.
Oh, yeah,
yes, I did meet you there.
Yeah,
Yes.
you definitely looked familiar
yes,
to me when I came
and
in.
you to me too.
I really like the picture right on the table. You know, I know you've got the same matching shirt on.
That's my Vahini Rising. That has my T-shirt, and here's my Hawaiian shirt.
I like it.
Now, what came first, the shirt or the painting?
The girl came first, then the painting, then.
And then the shirt.
Right. Yeah.
And what do you call that shirt? What do you call that painting?
All right, this my original name for the painting is Wahini Rising or Vahini Rising. In Tahitian, it's Vahini with a V. In Hawaiian, it's Wahini. And what that means, it's Vahini or Wahini is a girl or lady in Tahitian. And I just thought of that, and it just came out of my mind. Remember the last segment I said I was out of my mind?
She came out of his mind also.
I like the frames that he has on these paintings.
Thank you.
They highlight them very nicely. See the gold frame to your left?
Uh-huh.
I like the way that looks. Let's open up the shot so we can see him. I like the way that sits with the waters.
Yeah, this is my Rogue Wave. I call this one the Rogue Wave. And this is one of my favorites down here as well. This is, let me do this.
Just hold it up in front of the
There we go. This is Tiki Breakfast. And I made shirts with this painting. And the Hawaiian shirts and T-shirts. I have coffee mugs, a lot of things, so it's.
And then we have the one that I like, the favorite. Hold up give him that black one so you can put it up. Stay right there, Steve. Give him the black one so you can put it up there.
Catching the Morning Wave.
That to me is outstanding, partly because it's black with the umbrella and everything else.
Oh, yeah.
Do you surf?
One time I windsurfed and I did a little surfing. So
The colors are beautiful.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
And how do people buy these pieces, Steve?
All right, you can buy these pieces. You can call me directly, 516-398-8814, or you can go to my website at TahitiSteveArtDesigns.com. You can also go to my store to see my clothing line, and also my coffee mugs. I have tote bags, and that's TahitiSteveArtStore.com.
What inspired you to do merchandise?
I have always had that in my head because at one point, and this is a funny story, I collect a lot of Hawaiian shirts, and I wanted to put those designs on a T-shirt. You know, because I think that would be the tank tops, T-shirts. So I asked somebody about it, and he said, "Well, they're all copyrighted. You can't do that. But if you painted a design yourself, now you could put that on T-shirts or tank tops or whatever you want to do." So I thought that, you know, I started painting and I started creating, and I couldn't wait. I couldn't do it fast enough to get the T-shirts out and the tank tops, and now I'm doing the Hawaiian shirts.
I love it. Sally, maybe he needs a past life regression.
Absolutely, I do
I'm
past life.
I'm thinking there's like a whole past life thing you have
right.
in Tahiti,
In
or
Tahiti,
Hawaii
yeah.
or
Yeah.
something.
I see that. I see you actually surfing on the waves in Tahiti. I'm a medium and a psychic, amongst other things, and an artist. Yeah, I do see that. And it was a recent, I don't know if you believe in past lives. I always ask people that before I give them a message, but I see it really not that long ago.
Didn't you put your artwork on a dress?
Everything that he was saying, I do have my artwork on. I just haven't really followed through the last couple of years, but I also have my artwork on T-shirts, on tote bags,
Yes.
on all the, yeah.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
I'm going
believe,
into it. Doing,
I believe in past life also.
Okay.
Yeah, I think my previous life I was Tarzan.
I don't see. I don't want to. I don't see that.
He was Tarzan. You were Steve Irwin.
I'm reborn Tahiti
Right.
Steve.
Yes, that's good. That may be too far back.
It's funny because I just bought 2 suit beach chairs, Bahamas. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay.
Bahama chairs.
Okay. No.
They sell Bahama chairs, don't they?
Right.
What's
Yes.
that guy's name?
You're talking about
Not the Bahama
Tommy
Mama.
Bahama.
Tommy Bahama.
Yes.
Okay.
So I bought 2 Tommy Bahama chairs. And every time I see Steve, I get that whole vibe about, you know, my chair turns into a surfboard or something.
Right.
Be kind of cool. Remember the Brady Bunch where they went to Hawaii and they had it made me think of it when I saw your little wooden carving in there. You go to Hawaii and, you know, they walk around. Greg Brady's got the little thing and who's going to wear the necklace and who's going to be safe on the islands. Do you ever want to watch? You have never watched the Brady Bunch?
No.
And I know our crew is too young, they don't even know what the Brady Bunch is. But for those of you, Frank, if you're watching, you know that Brady Bunch scene. Maybe we can find it on there where they have this little wooden statue and what that means for protection or not. Sorry, that's my brain.
Actually, we do have a show on a Friday. I have with Jay.
Inside the Mind
Jay
of the
Harmon.
Artist with Jay
I'd love
Harmon,
you
yes.
as a guest on the show. It's every Friday at 2:30. I have my own show
I
at
would
1.
love that. Thank you.
On a Monday, but on that, you'd be perfect for that. Yes.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
We're looking for guests. We've just started it, so that would be good. Just a little bit of advertising. I'm sorry.
That's good.
I'll tell you, every time I walk into Meisner Park or Atlantic Avenue in Delray, I make it a habit just to walk through Tommy Bahama stores. And I wear my shirt sometimes. But I love, they have some great designs.
Yes, they do.
But when I wear my shirt, I'm getting, where'd you get that? Oohs and ahs.
See?
Okay.
Yeah, because
now
your
I'm
stuff
building
is
an ego.
Do you send them to your website? Are they available on your website?
They are available on my website. You go to the web store that's on my website, or you can go to my web store directly, and that's the TahitiSteveArtStore.com.
Very cool. That picture is beautiful. The one on your shirt, the one right here.
I appreciate that. Thank you so
The
much.
color scheme
It's
is
one of my
unbelievable.
favorites.
Absolutely.
I remember the last question you asked me when my next show is. And I mentioned I have a big show in August 15th, Thursday, August 15th in New York. For all the New York listeners, or if the people are going up to New York in the summertime, August 15th, it's a Thursday at what's it called? Surfside Marina 3 in Lindenhurst. You know, Bobby Bahama is the band that's going to be playing, Bobby Bahama and Company, and Bobby Bahama's band. So he's going to be performing. He's putting the whole thing together, and there's going to be a huge crowd over there.
Lindenhurst is New York or New Jersey?
No, that's South Shore, Long Island.
Long Island. Wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
Maybe you should go.
He's going in August.
You're going in October.
October.
Okay.
August, yeah.
All right.
August
Well, thank
15th.
you so much. Give us a call.
Yeah. Oh, you know
Tahiti
what?
Steve. We got
I
the
have a
visors.
great idea. Come up with the cameras and let's do a show at the marina.
Why not? You know, I hate it when you hold it like that.
Why?
Because you hold it like a bra strap. Yeah, you ever notice women when they buy bras? And the reason I know this is because I worked in the store and they put
No,
me
I've
like
never
a bra.
held a bra like this
they're
before.
holding like that all the time. They stretch them like that. Don't do that.
You're in a
Take that
store
down.
selling bras?
Yes, I did, Sally. I thought you would see that in my future.
I didn't see that one. I was
A
just
whole
gonna
another
say.
side to Freddie. Wow.
Don't pull on it. Anyway.
Anyway, give us a call, 888-994-4995. Studio A. Win either the safari hat or the visor. It is hot out there no matter where you go. Protect yourself from the sun. A little Tahiti. You need some sunscreen also.
With my name on it.
Yep.
Absolutely. That's
Sunscreen.
a great idea.
Yeah, goes with the hat. Whole merchandising marketing.
That's a whole vibe on the beach. You need like a tiki hut, and a whole nine. Your store is a tiki hut.
Definitely.
All right, more to come. Stay tuned. On the other side of this 1 o'clock hour, listen to some music, have some fun. We're going to talk to Sally, and we'll be right back.
Breaking news, aliens have finally made contact with.
Welcome to the Amp Media Studios here in beautiful downtown Boca Raton.
In conjunction with True Oldies Radio South Florida, Amp Media Productions is here to help amplify your impact in business and to bring greater awareness to our community. Give us a call, 866-224-5422. We'll see you soon at the cafe.
And like I always say, come on down and visit us and don't be late.
No.
When it comes to protecting what matters most, your family, your business, your peace of mind, you need reliable fire protection. Introducing All Fire Extinguisher Depot, Fire Extinguisher Service. Our certified technicians ensure your extinguishers are always ready to respond to emergencies. Before and after, we leave your fire safety in top-notch condition. Join the many satisfied clients who trust All Fire Extinguisher Depot for fire extinguisher service. Because when it comes to fire safety, there's no compromise. Contact All Fire Extinguisher Depot at 786-704-2750 to get your extinguisher service today. Your safety is our priority. That's at 786-704-2750. All Fire Extinguisher Depot, protecting what matters.
Hey Kaylee, what's up?
Hey, nothing, what's up?
Nothing, just looking for music for Grandpa I listen to while we're in the car.
What's wrong with listen to now?
Let's just say we have different tastes, you know?
Why don't you try listen to a podcast on Spotify?
Like which one?
The Broken Cafe Studio one is really good.
Okay, I'll try that one out, thanks.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought.
Has your heater busted, computer crashed, appliance broken? Then you need ARW Home.
Life's been pretty worry-free since I got coverage with ARW Home. Don't waste thousands of dollars on air conditioning, appliance repair, and replacements. Save that money with ARW Home. Protection plans that cover household appliances, systems, and electronics.
My air conditioning broke on a Sunday. I called ARW, and they came out and fixed it right away.
Get your free quote today. Call or go to arwhome.com now.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. Guess what? They want your money and they can take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter right over here that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you right now. So what do? You fight back by letting our team of experts work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And hey, we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws, and we'll fight really hard to save your money. So, if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket. 5 minutes of your time right now can save you thousands of dollars. And the best part, it's a free call, so please call right now.
Attention timeshare owners. This is an urgent consumer alert from the Timeshare Exit Hotline, a national company specializing in helping consumers legally get out of their expensive timeshare contracts. We're offering you a way to legally get rid of your timeshare. So if you're fed up with the maintenance fees that keep on coming and want to learn if you can terminate your timeshare legally and permanently, call today. Call the number on your screen today. It's a free call.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Pressure in my chest, I have nothing left. Dear Lord, please don't desert me. Need to catch my breath, need a second wind of hope. Please show me mercy. I'm losing my faith, would you help me find it? Help me to see whenever I feel blinded. I am trying to be more open-minded, but I don't understand your plans. And whenever I ask, you're silent as a star. Please tell me where you are, so I don't have to feel so far from you. I pray you'll hold me close, 'cause I feel so alone. Lord, please don't let me go, and I need you. Too exhausted to be afraid. I've prayed and waited for you to save me. Like the earth has its seasons, there's got to be a reason, and I'm trying to believe it, but I'm losing my faith. Would you help me find it? The world made some mistakes, and now everything's unwinding. I am trying to be more open-minded, but I don't understand your plans. And whenever I ask, you're silent as a star. Please tell me where you are, so I don't have to feel so far from you. I pray you'll hold me close, 'cause I feel so alone. Lord, please don't let me go, and I need you. You're silent as a star. Please tell me where you are, so I don't have to feel so far from you. I pray you'll hold me close, 'cause you're my final hope. And if it's time to go, then I'll see you soon.
we're back, and that is The Rose.
Marlena Rose.
I call her The Rose. Like the favorite movie of mine, The Rose. Nice voice, beautiful voice. Beautiful, beautiful voice. Hopefully we do some business. Marlena should be in tomorrow, 11:30. We're going to chit-chat a little bit. Maybe we should talk about that new song that she dropped. We were the only ones that got permission to drop it first.
Beautiful song.
I will see what happens with that.
Bax is working really hard. We should have a new video release soon. We're going to play Robert DiMartino's song also. So that was really exciting stuff.
He was very excited. Did a
You have
nice
no
job.
idea.
Did a nice job.
I got 10 more. I got texts all weekend how excited he is. He wanted to put us in, and I'm like, no, we're not. You don't need to put us in your video. But thank you for playing.
Not that one, but maybe something in the future, maybe.
And I saw that piece we did for A Free Kill for Ed Salazar. That's getting some traction also through
Yes.
Angel Studios.
Yes, they actually are. It's been approved through them, and they're trying to find out where their body of people sit on the video. So we have to put a spot together because we need you to join on behalf of the guild.
Download the app. Apparently, you can download the app and
And you can vote on the guild. There is a fee that you have to pay, even though he thought it was free. There is. Now I had the free version, but it doesn't allow you to vote. So I'm going to pay to be able to vote on this thing. And we're looking for a handful of people to help us overcome the threshold on this thing. So I'll be putting the kids to work to making that happen for tomorrow.
very nice. Things to do.
Interesting.
And of course, no Monday would be complete without having our very in-home psychic, our very own in-home psychic, Sally Bernard of Call Me Zeke,
Who?
joining us.
I feel very much at home here, so that's good.
The lady with two names.
You know it's Monday if Sally's here.
Right.
How was your weekend, Sally?
It was very nice. I can't remember. Oh, yes, we actually did go to a show, but we walked out of it in the intermission.
Where'd you go?
Something Heights. It took place in New York. the
Washington Heights?
If Steve's listening, type in. I can't remember. But it was so. Now I know I'm getting a little old. We were sitting right up front.
In the
It was
Heights?
so in the Heights. Yes, it was so noisy. And then the audience, every time, they must have known a lot of people in the show. Every time someone came on the stage and they were dancing, which was loud enough, they screamed. So I politely said, do you mind if we leave at the intermission? We did.
You walked out of In the Heights? Are you insane?
No, I know, that's what
That's
Steve
my
thought.
people.
That's what Steve, he wanted so
186th
much,
Street.
he already knew it, but he said it was a little loud too.
Where
but
did you see it?
We saw it in, it was in Coral Springs at, I don't know, Steve, if you're there, help me. I can't remember. It was a
Wow.
theater. We had good seats right at the front, but the speakers were right there. And they were, my ears were really hurt. Can you relate to that,
I want to
Dawn?
go see In the Heights.
I think he said like at the Coral Springs.
Oh, he's listening? Yeah.
No, I think
oh.
he had told us last week.
Convention
Okay,
Center?
it's there's a like a not a stadium. It's a theater. It's a very nice place. Yeah.
I actually had a gig down there, so I know the theater very well. I had cameras and everything. That's beautiful.
No, everything was nice. It was just I mean, I don't mind noise, but it was really loud, really
You
loud.
just put toilet paper
I
in your
did.
ears.
I did that. Well, not toilet paper. I used clean air. But at even he did say maybe we'll leave. So.
It goes right through you, the feel, right?
It does. Yeah, I was like shaking. It was vibrating within me.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that feel. That reminds me.
You should have gone instead of me with Steve.
You should
You'd
have called
known.
me. I would have gone.
Yeah, you could have taken my
So
seat.
Steve wanted to stay and you wanted to go? What's the matter with
No,
you?
actually, he did ask. He was very nice. He did ask me, would you like to leave? Because I don't really like loud noises, and you probably relate to that a little bit too. So,
Yep.
I don't like
Yeah.
noise.
No, me neither.
The
I
best
don't.
noise is silence when there's no one in the room with me and there's no one chit-chatting.
Exactly.
It's just quiet. It's
I
a beautiful thing.
totally relate.
So let me get this right. You went to see a concert play and you wanted quiet. That's strange. It's like that movie. Don't Say a Word. The Quiet Place. That movie disturbed me so much. When I went to the movie, they can't talk because the aliens will eat them up, right? So the whole movie was like, I could not get used to it.
Talk a lot when you're home, or are you quiet?
When I'm home, I talk when I'm talked to. What does that have to do with a movie?
I feel he doesn't talk that much.
Talking. It's just the overall.
He thinks, but he doesn't talk.
You're always screaming at me. What are you doing? Why are you sitting? I'm thinking, why?
But when you're home.
I think you talk more than I do. Let me put it that way. Yes,
I don't think so.
I do.
I'm pretty quiet.
No, you're not quiet. And you're always talking to your computer. And you and your computer have a relationship.
Look, call me Zena. It's coming up
I
next.
see that. Call me Zena behind you.
Yes, my
I like
computer and I
that.
have a relationship.
Huh?
So are you taking calls today? Or are you taking
Absolutely.
questions?
No, we're taking calls. Yes. I think I memorized the number after a year and a half.
I'm afraid to ask, what is today's show about?
Oh, it's about aliens, how they are amongst us, or how you, actually, I can't remember exactly how I worded it, but it's appropriate because I'm before Russ's show, which is Lights in the Sky, which is going to be about aliens.
It's lights
too.
in the night, but we're working on it.
Please forgive me. I'm out in space right now.
Do they like the name aliens?
No.
Not really, because they don't consider themselves aliens.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I'm feeling as if we need to come up with another name. Okay, that works.
Yes, that would be good because they're not happy, and that's funny that you said that because I was thinking that the other day. I was getting a message. They're not alien. In other words, we're more alien than they are to this planet, actually.
I got a question for the youngins in here. J-Lo did a movie, it's like a space flick. It starts with the letter A, Argo or something. Anybody know what I'm talking about?
JLo's a new movie?
I don't know if it's new or old, but I saw it over the weekend. I cannot believe she was in this thing.
You went to the movie theater?
No, I watched it on
at home.
Roku. I have a Roku channel now. And on Pluto, yeah, J-Lo is the star in it. And then I watched on Roku a portion of a kid that had, I was telling you, a savant. And he had the cure to a black hole formulated in the United States, in the world. And the way they explained it, it made a whole lot of sense to me.
It's like the show The Good Doctor. I know you watched it. I want to go back and rewatch it because he was brilliant the way his mind saw things. Like he would scan a body and he would know exactly what surgery to go in, how to do it, the way his brain works. It's just amazing to
I
me.
used to watch that show when Aldo was around and he was here, and he used to relate completely to the beginning where he sees, because he could see into your body to know what was going on with you. So he totally, it's funny you bring that up, related
So
to
he
that
knew
show.
what was wrong with you?
Yeah, he knew if there was something going on with my body. Yeah, like if I had some illness or something that
So
I
he
needed.
knew everything about you?
Well, he did. Well, he actually taught medicine, but he actually, it doesn't matter now because I can say that. He did not learn medicine in this life, but he remembered everything about medicine.
So he could
would give
scan your
lectures.
body and know what he
would
could
scan
see.
your body. He knew exactly. So he would relate to the beginning of that show.
Where did you meet Aldo?
I was at work. I had known him for over a year, had not spoken to him, but he came up to me after I had my first out-of-body experience.
But where?
At work.
At work where?
When I was in Orlando, I used to sell vacation ownership, and he came up to me.
So he came up to you in the office?
He came up to me, yeah, basically. He came up to me after I'd had my first experience and explained everything that I had dreamt, quote, in my dream. He explained
Did he
to
work there?
Yeah, he'd worked there for a year, but never approached me because nothing had happened to me at that point. He wanted it to come from me, which is a good, maybe the audience would like to listen more. We'll talk about that maybe on Call Me Zena because
But hold on. So you met this Aldo, and then he told you your whole life, and he had known you for a year.
Well, he hadn't known me. I worked with about 70 people, but he was in the same building as me. We had not actually, he knew me. He knew me from when, I mean, it's a strange story.
He
but
literally came up to you at like the water cooler or something, said, I know about your dreams last night.
Exactly. We were getting coffee.
How does he know about your dreams? Did you tell
Because
him?
he knew. It's really amazing and it's hard to believe, but I was standing there and I'd had my first out-of-body experience without going into the whole thing. And I did not know how that had happened or where I was, but I remembered every detail of that, quote, dream. He comes up to me. I'm standing there to get a cup of coffee. He was behind me. He didn't actually introduce himself because he knew me. I did not know him. But he said, I know where you were. His first words were, I know where you were last night. Well, I remember I didn't know anything about any of this. And I said, I don't know where I was. And then he proceeded to cut it short, tell me exactly what had happened in my dream the night before. And I had remembered every detail.
And he had never spoken to anybody else in the store?
No. In the where I was, he had friends, but he didn't talk about this. He was
How long
waiting.
Did you know? Now you went from Orlando. You came to live in Boca.
Yes, I did.
How long were you?
But I
working?
was 12 years approximately in that job working. So
You
I
were
was
there 12 years.
About 8 years I was probably in Orlando, where we became extremely friendly. I moved down here to Boca, but he did follow me from Orlando because he was so much in my life about what was happening to me. And he actually passed away in South Florida.
So
while
he came
was
to Boca and passed away?
about
COVID.
2 years later.
He died during COVID?
Yeah, he died of COVID, actually, from COVID.
Really?
Hmm.
Have you met my friend Sally? Sally has a show here with us, Freddie, every Monday. It's called Call Me
You
Zena.
know me, I'm Sally Bernard. My show is Call Me
Oh,
Zena.
wait a minute. I didn't know that he died of COVID. He was living with you when he died
Well,
of COVID?
he'd actually gone in, he had been in hospital. And I won't go into the reasons why I think that how he passed away, but he'd had a very bad cold. He was calling me. He was in a rehabilitation place and then just moved into an apartment up there. And I said, have you tested yourself for COVID? That was basically my last words to him. And he said, yes, I have. And then 2 days later, he had died up there in Port St. Lucie.
How old was he?
He was 75, I think.
Oh, he was young.
Yeah, yeah.
Did
But-
he have asthma?
No, I had never seen him ill the whole time that I had been with him until the last year of his life, where he started to get sick. But he was, I mean, it's hard, and I don't know who the viewers are right now. I know in my show that, but he was ready to leave, absolutely ready to leave. But he wanted to give me all the information over those years, which he did, absolutely. And then he told me that he was ready before this, about 2 months before he passed away. He told me more or less he was ready to go, and I was to be his mouthpiece. That was one of his last words to me for everything that he had taught me, and I remembered.
Can you imagine someone coming up to you and saying, do you want to hear a story? Or I've got something to tell you. I know where you've been traveling, and you think, it makes perfect, but then it makes perfect sense, right?
Yes,
because
but
it
I
puts all
didn't
these
know
pieces
that then.
together.
Remember, I didn't know what was going to happen to me, and I had no idea. I didn't know I was being one of my messages in the beginning was to go and get some crayons and start to paint. He knew that. He was in these dreams. Can you believe this? Can you understand it?
How long did you know him, Sally?
I knew him 18 years, 12. Yeah,
18 years.
About that.
Okay, so you met this guy at a store. Hello,
No, at work.
my name
At
is.
work.
I met him at work.
Timeshares.
Store.
Timeshare.
And then 18 years later, 18.
About 18.
He died at 75?
Yes.
65,
So I was,
55.
yeah, because I had started working there. I was where I was working with him for many years. I stayed at that. I still worked, although he was giving me all these messages. We worked together in the same building. And I got to know him. But my manager, I was doing okay in sales. When every time he saw me talking to Aldo, he used to say, stay away from him. You need to sell. So, but
Did you ever ask how he found you?
he knew where I was, Dawn. I mean, we'll do a show, and I'd love to do a show on that because it's hard to explain, but I know every detail of what happened. He had been looking for me as a child in Peru. He knew about me from another lifetime, and he was here to teach me in this lifetime, or for me to remember. I mean, this is a story in itself, and
Is this
I
story in
believe
your
in.
book? Is this story in your book?
Part of it, yes, in the first book, yes, because he interpreted the artwork, which is going to be coming out again because I revised the first one a little bit. Yeah, it's a story that I truly believe. It's hard to believe, but I know what happened to me, and people that see my show, you know what I'm able to do now. It's worth telling people that my show is positive. There's so much more that we don't know, and I've experienced that.
Yeah, but the connection between the two of you, I mean, you could think something and he would answer it.
Always. He knew everything. He knew when to warn me of certain things. I fell down and broke my shoulder. I was admitted to a hospital in an ambulance. Nobody knew where I was because I was unable to use my phone. I was in pain, and they were going to put me out to do surgery. Within 15 minutes of me being in the emergency room, he showed up. He didn't know where I was. He was just standing next to me in the emergency room.
Wow.
and talking to the doctors, looking at the x-ray. He was not a doctor in this life. That's not in my book, but it needs to be, right.
Isn't that amazing?
You have to believe. Look what happened to us 2 weeks ago.
You 100% have to believe in what it is.
Further
Freddie,
investigation is necessary.
do you want me to give the information out?
No, you and I will chit-chat a little bit. I
Okay.
mean, I'm glad that you found somebody or something that can relate to you, because it could be a challenge to be relatable sometimes. And sometimes it's very common and very clear. I'm just intrigued with the fact that you've known this person for 18 years. That's a long time.
I didn't know you didn't know that. Yeah, no, he was in my
There's a
life.
lot of things I don't know about. I don't know what size your
There
shoes
wasn't,
are. I
even
don't
when
know
he
a lot of
wasn't
things.
living with me, there wasn't a day that didn't go by that he didn't call
So
me.
he lived with you for 18 years?
Well, he didn't live with me for 18 years. He started to live with me. I was with me for about 12 or 13 years he lived with me, yes.
Was that before or after?
No, it was when this happened. He didn't directly move in with me. I was living in Orlando, so
Okay.
I had known him a few years before he lived. He lived with me in Orlando, and later on when
So you knew him about 3 years, and the two of you decided to come back to... Why did you come to Boca for?
Well, I was from South Florida. I had lived in South Florida for many
But he
years.
wasn't.
He wasn't from South Florida. No, he was from Peru originally, but he lived in Orlando. I met him in Orlando, but he moved to be nearer where I was.
Can you imagine meeting somebody and just knowing that there's a soul connection? They're the other side to you. They see within you. They know what you're thinking. They know what you're feeling.
It's so hard, more of it's just even now after all those years. I talk of him often, obviously, because he's passed, and I feel very much right now he's
Well,
with
what
me.
about it was maybe a relationship he wanted to have? He saw you and said...
No, it was totally, I guess you call it soulmate, because he knew me, he knew my past. I had never explained to him my past, but he knew where I was when I was in London. He told me these things. I didn't tell him. And when all these things started to happen to me and who I was in another lifetime with him, in a few lifetimes, he never led me to what I was doing. I was doing artwork from those lifetimes, from previous lives. And he had explained to me what I was drawing, but he didn't tell me, go draw this or that. I'm drawing it.
So what did he tell you he wanted you to do?
He wanted me to continue his message that he gave me to tell people there's so much more. There is so much more. And I was the reciprocant of all that from him, to understand that. I wasn't this way 30, 40 years ago. No, but I was ready.
So have you been doing the Xena piece ever since you met him?
I've been doing, yes, I started to read. He told me in another life, everything that I know now, I knew, but I had forgotten it. So what happened, he kind of helped me to remember without putting the words into my mouth. It was coming from me. He never put anything into my ideas. I told him, and then he would go on and explain what I was talking about.
Did you ever wonder why because you were chosen not only by Aldo, there's a greater life force that chose you to receive him and the messages. Do you think it's from a past life? Do you think everything, why me? Why was I chosen?
Well, I mean, I'm not, I don't want to sound like I'm the only one that this has happened to. And I believe that many people we can all do what I'm doing, by the way. I
but
totally
not
believe
everyone
that.
gets a walking guardian.
No, I was ready, Dawn. I was ready, and that's why and that's why I was talking to your previous guest. I'm ready to come out completely 100% with my story, to pass it on, to help people understand. Maybe they've had similar experiences. Maybe they will be having similar experiences. I want people to know my story. And being that I'm not the greatest person with PR, but you can put me anywhere and do anything, I will give my story out there, as I'm going to be doing now on outside on the road a little bit. Now is my time to do it. And I feel that he's guiding me into doing these things still. Just because he transitioned doesn't mean to say he's not with me.
It's a remarkable story, but there's a reason you are who you are.
Yes.
Which is even more unbelievable, that he sees it and he knew it.
Everything. How am I able to draw? I wasn't an artist. I'd never painted anything in my life. And I get a message to go and draw, and I'm drawing from previous lifetimes, and he's right there to interpret what I'm drawing. I'd never picked up I never had painted until I was in my 60s. So, yes, I will tell anyone that wants to hear my story, I will be there.
Incredible story.
Well, it's Zena, Sally.
It's okay.
Is going to be actually in different country clubs coming soon in August, right?
Yes, yes.
And I just want people to understand a little bit more about when you see her speak, the whole background to this thing and
Pretty
why
remarkable.
she does it. Because, you know, her story is no different than a lot of other people's story. You just have to think back and connect the dots.
No, I think her story's different because I call him a walking guide.
Well, he was, because if you think about the fact I couldn't draw, and then I start drawing, my first drawings were sketches from other lifetimes of things that I had it still in my memory, which he explained to me how that happens, because we have what you call a super consciousness, and it was coming from somewhere else. We all have that. We all have that.
See, but the difference here is that you stop and you smell the roses. You stop and you pay attention to what he had to say. It doesn't mean that not everybody has that opportunity, but 98% of the time, we don't do what you did. We don't
Right.
stop
Right.
and pay attention.
We have to be ready.
You have to be ready. And I also believe, as you know too, it's in our blood too. There are certain people that may have been here longer or in other lifetimes more often, that they do know this. They do know this. There are people that do know this.
The only time people ever pay attention to something that's outside the box is when it grabs their attention, and normally it's in a bad way. Something has to happen before you say, wait a minute, let me pay attention to this. You know, you have to, sometimes you'll wait years, and the story's in front of you, and you don't see it, you don't hear it, you don't pay attention. I think that the remarkable thing here is that you actually stopped and you pay attention to this guy. 18 years is a long time.
Yeah, he taught me for 18 years. Well, he helped me remember what I already knew. But I was obviously someone that had not chosen to do this in the first part of my life. But when I did choose to do this, although I didn't know, maybe subconsciously I was being told that, I didn't know, I'm drawing. So that woke me up.
But do you remember things now that he did not describe?
I do, and I know that he's here to help me, even if I don't understand it. I hear him. I absolutely hear him.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I can see it.
You think there's a bloodline that connects people
Of course.
from past lives, like a real lineage bloodline?
He was part of that bloodline. So he explained to me, from what I knew, I would ask him questions about that. Again, he didn't lead me, but my questions were accurate for him to be able to answer, which was very important to me to believe this. Otherwise, I might not have done. But the questions were coming from me. He had all the answers, basically.
It's definitely
Everything.
a higher calling.
Yeah.
And when Sally gets in this mode,
I'm there.
you could ask her anything because she's right there.
Yeah, absolutely, because he's with me right now, and you can tell that. I know.
So let's ask Aldo, what does he think about you creating a non-for-profit?
He's all for this completely and absolutely. He wants me to get my word out, and that takes behind the scenes a lot of work. I'm not capable. I mean, I am, but I choose not to do that because my energy goes into what my message is. The rest of it has to be done for me. I will be anywhere. I will answer anything. I can't. And he's telling me, well, that's what you say, but I can't. I don't. And maybe I've chosen not to. I've chosen to give my message and give all that energy into my message.
But he will lead to the right people to bring them forward.
I have never been more motivated, and I told you guys this, the last few months to do this. And I can only say, people will say, don't do that, it may not happen. But I'm going to say that every single thing that I have thought about is coming about, meeting the right people, getting the right answers from people. I am totally where I'm meant to be. I feel it. Everybody that I need to meet is coming into my, basically through the Brooklyn Cafe
So
TV
what does Aldo
studio.
think about the studio?
He loves it.
What are we doing next?
He loves it. He says to me, they'll figure it out. They're on the right track.
We'll figure it out. Aldo, we need some
But
guidance.
you know what? I don't always give message. I give you more, that's generalized. I
Yes.
know that. But you had said, and I see that, my messages are more specific and they do come about. Otherwise, I would question what I'm doing. Oh, everything's going to turn out all right. I don't know. But I need to be more specific, but it happens, right?
Yes, specifically it happens. But I just find the story's fascinating. How we found you is amazing. But who you are, there's a reason who you both are. that he found you.
Right.
And then maybe that goes back to the extraterrestrials and to why you're here.
Of course it does. And you're a guest on the first part of my show. And since it's going to be about that, please ask me anything, Dawn. I love to answer those questions. So if anybody that's listening who is interested in aliens, today is our alien day, right, with Russ coming in afterwards.
Steve has a question.
Okay, we have another alien over here.
I have a habit, if I see something I don't understand in the sky, I take a picture of it. I have a UFO on my camera.
There you go. No, there is no coincidences, Steve. I know we had met, but now is the time to really talk about it because you're in the studio. We've seen this happen time and time again with the right people. It happens in the Brooklyn Cafe. I'm getting good. My goosebumps is my validation. You are right. And would you be here for my show? It's going to be at 2:30.
I would love to. On this Friday at 2:30.
No, I have a show every Monday, my own show, today at 2:30, on Mondays and
Sally's here
Fridays
a lot.
now.
Really?
The other one is art. Today's more with what we just
Oh,
talked
the
about.
UFO.
We have
Yes.
Sally's show
Today is going to be
today.
about
I'll talk about you, yeah.
And then we have Russell's show, which is about the aliens. That's going to be filming after that. Russell's show can be heard tonight at 8 o'clock, 8 to 8:30 on the radio.
Do you ever feel like there's this fine line between humans and then humans, it's like a plus plus, right? We're all in this human form, but then there's another side
Well,
to
without
this.
going too much in detail, we were intervened, okay? In other words, we were helped to be, but not everybody was helped. We'll talk more on the show about that.
Interesting.
But Aldo explained at length once I started asking the questions that you're asking. And he had the answers for that. And today, he's passed, but he's with me. I understand it more and more.
So not everyone's been intervened or had an intervention.
Well, no, not everybody, but there are many people coming in that already have this knowledge now because our world needs help.
Well, look, Steven Spielberg did the movie Close Encounters
There
of
you
the Third
go,
Kind,
of the
right?
Third Kind, yeah.
What is it, The Simpsons? Or whatever. I don't know, there's an animated show that predicts so many things through their animation. There has to be a higher vision that's coming through them. Like Frank writes his books.
Well, I have my own theory on that through what Aldo and through what I've learned, so maybe we'll talk more on the show.
Interesting.
But there are people here that know much more than I know, actually, and they will give you a certain amount of information, what they want to disclose, actually.
It's amazing how Aldo was with you every step of the way.
Every
is
single
incredible.
step of the way. For 18 years, yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Amazing.
And you're correct, it is The Simpsons.
It's The Simpsons.
Yes.
Even the bridge, I think, in Baltimore.
I heard that the real Brooklyn
I
Bridge
agree.
is in Arizona. Is that true?
That I don't know.
That's what I read.
The real Brooklyn Bridge is in Arizona, not Brooklyn? Is that called the Arizona
The
Bridge?
I'm sorry, did I say Brooklyn Bridge?
Yes.
I didn't mean the Brooklyn Bridge. The one in England.
London Bridge?
London Bridge is in Arizona. It's not the original is in Arizona. Is that true?
That I have to bring my guys in because Sally doesn't know the answer to that. I think it is the original one.
And
yeah.
it's funny because they were talking about this because the Mets went to play the Phillies in London, and they were talking about things appearing real, like the pyramids.
Interesting.
We can't even build a pyramid of that sort today in our technology. It is virtually impossible.
Because, well, maybe we'll do it on my show, but I kind of can answer some of that. Maybe your audience, I don't know. But yes, it is impossible today, but it wasn't impossible at one point.
Well, I understand that, but that's the whole crux of
Premise.
the deal right now is what they're talking about. So
That's interesting, yeah.
it's just fascinating. You know what it is when things are heightened, when there's wars going on. I like to call them fires all around you. You've come to the realization that human life can be deemed so small, even though it should be the largest thing on this planet, and we take it for granted every single day. And we talk well and say that we appreciate it. We don't take it. It's not true. We take it for granted. So sometimes you have to look at the past to learn of the future, right? That's why the Bible was so successful. But we don't listen. We may read, but we don't follow. So more to come when Sally, and you should call in and ask Sally. Stump her.
Please.
Make it difficult so she can't answer. I dare you.
I love that challenge. Please call in, anyone listening today on the show, and the number is
888-994-4995. It'll be Studio A at 2:30. We're going to take a quick break. Wow, when she gets in that zone, you could go anywhere with her. We're going to come back. Baxton's going to take us out for our midday show, so more to come on the other side of this commercial break. We'll be right back.
Tax audits, tax liens, wage garnishments.
Every day we hear stories like this about good folks who are simply struggling to pay their bills. Each of them are living a frightening IRS tax nightmare, and they are afraid it will destroy their lives.
I'm a divorced single mom, and my ex-husband left me and the kids with a lot of unpaid bills, including unpaid taxes. I was really starting to show my stress on my kids because the IRS had sent me a letter demanding a huge payment from me. I couldn't afford it. So then the IRS was threatening to garnish my wages. I'm already living paycheck to paycheck. That would have put me over the edge financially.
It truly seemed hopeless, but then a friend at work told her to call the tax relief line.
The people at the tax relief line, they told me about something called innocent spouse relief. They worked it out so that all of the taxes from my ex are not my problem. I don't know how that works, and I don't care. All I care about is that I don't owe the IRS a dime, and they are not going to take my paycheck.
Even if it seems hopeless, you should call the number on your screen right now. There is absolutely no cost for the call or the consultation. You are under no obligation. If you are worried that the IRS could garnish your wages, seize your assets, even take your home, call us right now. The Tax Relief Line is here to help you. Now you have a knowledgeable, professional team of tax experts that are ready to negotiate with the IRS and fight for you to save you money. The Tax Relief Line's professionals have successfully negotiated thousands of cases, reducing and sometimes even eliminating the tax debt for their clients. It's very easy to get started. Simply call the number on your screen right now. You don't have to live in fear anymore. The call and the consultation are free. Do you have a car sitting around you want to get rid of? Well, here's a great idea. Donate your car now to help local veterans in your area. Yes, just make one fast call to the Veteran Car Donation Program. Within a few days, we'll come and remove your car for free. You can donate any car in any condition. We'll use our vast network to sell it. The proceeds raised go to help local veterans and their families. And you get a tax deduction. And all you need to do is make this free call. Clean your yard up, get rid of an old car, and help the vets. We make it easy. Make this free call now. Book your fast and easy pickup. Call the Veteran Car Donation Program now.
I am a non-attorney spokesperson representing a team of lawyers who help people that have been injured or wronged. If you've been involved in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or injured at work, you have rights, and you may be entitled to money for your suffering. Don't accept an offer you get from an insurance company until you talk to a lawyer, and we represent some of the best personal injury lawyers you can find. Tough lawyers that will fight to win your case, and they're so good they stake their reputation on it by only getting paid if you win. So if you've been in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or hurt on the job, find out today for free what kind of compensation you may be entitled to. Call the legal helpline right now.
800-613-3597. 800-613-3597. 800-613-3597. That's 800-613-3597.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
That was unbelievable. Every time Aldo's around Sally, her earring falls out of her right ear, and we're sitting here having the conversation. And next thing I know, her earring is on the step right here. Wow. Incredible.
With me.
So this is my new buddy.
Someone there with you?
Yeah.
What's there?
Oh
The
my
unicorn.
God, that was amazing. The
Oh,
whole show
okay.
was about Aldo, just saying.
And she wanted the
just- my
purple
earring came
background. Where's the plate to that?
Over there.
Yeah, we gotta fix that.
I have it. The artist is actually going to be in on Thursday.
Oh, perfect.
So
All right.
anyway, I'll be here on Thursday with Tinkerbell. So
Today's show is brought to you by Pizza Rica. Get on over, get your $10 two
What's the
slices
special
and
say?
soda.
$6 lunch break. They're doing Pizza Rica sub deal, $14 sub fries and a drink, 20 chicken wings and large fries every day, large topping pizza and 10 chicken wings, or 2 large 16-inch cheese pizzas for $24. That's $12 a pie. You cannot beat that. 2 large cheese pizzas for $24.
Absolutely, good stuff.
And if you pick it up, only $10. Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesday, only $10 pizza. So all of our crew who thinks the $5 deal is a great deal, you can get an entire pie for $10.
That's right.
Amazing. All right, we're going to wrap this show up. We're going to have Baxton take us out. Tune in today at 2:30 to Call Me Zena. Sally's on a roll. Sally, the earring is just a whole nother level of validation.
Oh, take
Wow.
it easy. Take it easy.
About Aldo.
I went like this,
Wow.
it came right out.
You weren't even next to
I
her.
wasn't even in the room.
You weren't even in the room.
I wasn't even in the room.
Wow. I know. That's
The earring,
amazing.
right in front. It had to be right in front of you.
Thank
it
you,
fell
Aldo.
off.
Wow.
Thank
Wow.
you, Aldo.
All right, we're going to end the show. Baxton, take it away. We'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. drive time.
Don't be late.
Love of mine, someday you will die, and I'll be close behind. Follow you into the dark, no blinding lights, the tunnels, the gates of white. The star has clasped so tight, waiting for the tempest spark. Heaven or hell decide that they both are satisfied. Illuminate the nose and the vacancy sighs. And there's no one beside you when your soul embarks. Then I'll follow you into the dark. In Catholic school, it's vicious as Roman rule. I got my knuckles bruised by a lady in black. She held my tongue, but she told me, son, fear is the heart of love. So I never went back. If heaven and hell decide that they both are satisfied, illuminate the nose and the vacancy skies. And there's no one beside you when your soul embarks. And I'll follow you into the dark. You and me have seen everything to see. Bring on to Calvary, and the soles of your shoes are all worn down. The time for sleep is now. There's nothing to cry about, 'cause we'll hold each other soon in a blackest of rooms. If heaven and hell decide that they both are satisfied, illuminate the nose and the vacancy sighs. And there's no one beside you when your soul embarks. And I'll follow you into the dark. And I'll follow you into the dark. All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.